right now, everyone's talking. The buzz in football world is basically the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Last week I was discussing how he definitely was like he doesn't want to be on this team. He wants to go, but now one of his good friends, John Quinn, said they had a conversation, and he really does not want to stay with the Green Bay Packers. But I think he feels bad for how it's all looking in the press for him, and he kind of doesn't want to just leave them hanging. What do you think?
Well, I think both cases are true. I think Rodgers feels betrayed by the Packers front office, especially their general manager. Like, you got to think about it. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to go down as one of the top 5, top 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time, and only has one Super Bowl ring. Like, that's a travesty in my book.
Well, first, I would like to say you have to be careful after watching the sports hit list yesterday. You have to be careful by giving lists because people take it very personal.
True. Very true.
But you believe he will.
I believe. And when you look at it, is the Packers have had good teams. And last year they made it to the NFC Championship game, but the general manager never made that all-in deal to go for it and become that Super Bowl contender. Now I understand if you have like a top team and you lose in the playoffs, it happens. I understand, but the Packers needed a wide receiver. It was clear as day, and they never went for it. And I think now that everything has come out, I think Rodgers is kind of feeling that, I don't think he wants his teammates to feel as though he's turning their back on them and saying, forget about you guys, I'm going to go win a Super Bowl elsewhere. I think he still cares for his teammates, and I think his beef has to do with the Packers front office. And at the end of the day, it might come down to Rodgers or the general manager. And June 1st is coming up, so I guess we got another 3 weeks or so to see how this thing will end up.
Do you think that right now, like, I guess everyone's in limbo? You would say Aaron Rodgers, what he wants to do, and so is Green Bay Packers, what they want to do. And sources are saying that now they're looking for a backup just in case he does decide to go. Do you think it's a little too like a little early, or everyone is right on course? Like, or do you think we should just wait for Aaron to say what he's going to do and then decide if we need to add more teams to the team or another quarterback or whatever position he plays?
I think the Packers front office has to approach Aaron and say, what do you want to do? Like, just lay it on the line flat out. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Because pretty soon we're going to have OTAs and then training camp and whatnot. So it's better to make the move now rather than later, because the longer this drags, the worse it looks for not only Rodgers, but for the Packers as well. And I don't know if you want a disgruntled player, playing on the field come kickoff in September. So I think the sooner they clear up whatever issues they have, maybe they just need to have a sit down and just let it all out. I honestly don't know, but I'd rather them clear it up, because the longer it drags, the longer this is going to become a catastrophe.
Well, they're saying that they're going to be adding some quarterbacks for when they go to camp. So I guess that will be like a trial to see who can maybe go next to Rodgers and they could compare and contrast, or maybe decide like, all right, as a team, what do you guys think of this person or this person? Nothing's set in stone. But to me, if I'm on the camp, that means something's happening. Like, you're not going to just have them here for nothing.
Well, the way I look at it, as every team usually ends up with 3 quarterbacks when they start the season. And right now the Packers only have 2, and Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. So I think it's just them adding that third guy to the mix. So I can see them bringing in, maybe a veteran, or maybe like not a rookie, but a guy who's been in the league maybe like 2-3 years tops. Maybe they'll bring him in. So I think it's just them just adding to their quarterback room. I don't think it necessarily means that they're going to be moving on from Rodgers, but usually teams go with 3 quarterbacks. I think the Jets last year, they had 3 or 4 guys in their quarterback room. So it's just a common thing with teams. So I think that's why they're bringing in these guys. And especially if Rodgers sits out of the OTAs and whatnot, you can't just have one quarterback on the roster. You need multiple guys. So I think it's just them covering their tracks and just adding to their roster.